Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Ab here. We're just going to take a little look at one of my previous games in an attempt to show you how I try to improve, and maybe it'll help you, but we'll see. Maybe it won't at all. So this is a game that I think we lose it at the end, but I was relatively happy with how some of it went, and I just want to look back over it and see if we can figure out what I could have done better. So let's start and have a little look. Let me turn that volume down a bit. You don't want to hear me talking in the past as well as me talking now, because I think I was streaming while this was going on. Okay, so that's pretty bad, but the trade's not terrible. This is like the beginning of the lane phase. We haven't really done anything, we're just CSing. I think I'm down a little bit of CS. I'm not too bothered about that hook. That's just like per player per match kind of things, where I should have been able to dodge it, but I didn't. And I know how to dodge those things. I know it's not something I'm going to work on improving at this point. So you can pick and choose the points that you think are actually going to help you when you're going through and looking at your VODs. It's always better to have a recording, because then you can tell what you were trying to do and what you were looking at. Whereas if you watch a replay, you can sometimes not see your screen position, so that's something else that you could improve. That hook goes wide. I think we managed to get... We're just getting pushed in permanently, which is a bit awkward, because they have hooks and things. But Hecarim was in our top side jungle there. The spam ping's coming out. So I think Kassadin pops off this game. I should really be watching that mid lane fight, but I really want to get this shoved in, because our bot lane's left, and this is a pretty nice opportunity for us to base. So this should be just hitting that wave. Maybe I could have got to that faster, or ping Lulu over to help me. But I'm fine with resetting here. They've got a bigger wave. I've got no mana left. I don't know whether I end up actually resetting, or whether I don't. Okay, I do reset there. We don't have quite the money for the item that we'd like, so maybe staying for one more wave would have been good, but I don't waste too much time in base. That is something that I could definitely improve. Check. So we'll write a few notes during this, and specifically we'll check that we have the money we need before we base. So now I'm at a little bit of a CS deficit, because we've been shoved under tower the whole time, and I've backed at a slightly awkward time and then waited in base. So I'd maybe missed that cannon because I waited in base, and some other minions as well, which I could have picked up if I was faster out of base, if I just bought pickaxe and boots, or yeah, something like that, if I'd already known what I was going to buy before I based. So that's definitely something we can improve on. And we'll go into a game after this and see if we can actively improve. Yeah, see if we can actively work on what we're talking about. So I'm going to start skipping a little bit here. Let's see whether we can go forwards a little bit. How far does this jump? Oh god! That's not what I wanted at all. Is this the same game? It is the same game. Oh god. Okay, let's not skip. I think this is about where we are. We come back to lane. We're pushing in with that item. I'm just going to leave it running, because I haven't got this in the right program. There really should be time controls in this. I just don't know what they are. Maybe we'll just click. So Lulu takes a little bit of poke there. I think we're pretty fine here. I think Kha'Zix is wanting to come bot lane actually. He's pinging on his way, so we're letting them push in the wave. It's quite a big wave to actually go aggressive on, but they go missing now, which is a little bit scary for Kha'Zix. I think he does start to back off, and then we see them at the tri-brush contesting vision. It's good to give up a bit of this wave, and yeah, backed off quite nicely. He tries to get the lantern, but can't. Yeah, nice that we were able to dodge the hook there. They couldn't engage onto us. So now we're going to shove this wave and base, hopefully. Let's see what we do. Our main focus should be getting this into the tower. Maybe we just leave it at that point to crash itself, because that's going to take a long time for us to push into that cannon wave. Lulu's helping us though. I think this is fine. There's no reason to hit the turret here. I don't know why I'm hitting the turret. Okay. I realise kind of fast that I'm doing something stupid, and then I get distracted by helping him. Or walking it with the purpose of helping him, and then I base in a... Okay, so this is bad. This is really bad. So once we have the purpose of backing, we just want to back. There's no reason for me to be wandering around there choosing different base spots, because now I'm probably going to miss another wave. Probably still going to be even further behind, when I could have just based and got back almost in time for this wave. So we're missing a lot of CS from bases. So we need to, when we're basing, do it fast and consider what we're buying before we base, or whilst we're basing. And don't wait on base, because that's lost us a bit. We don't actually miss too much of this wave, fortunately. We don't need to be scared of Hecarim. I don't know why we're getting pinged back. She just doesn't want us to get hit by the hook, but we're pretty good. Pretty fine. You can see why I'm not too worried about the hooks. We're mostly okay with dodging them. It was just, yeah, slightly unfortunate one in the beginning. So I think I'm going to move ahead a little bit to the mid game here. Thresh is coming up river, so it's nice that we zone him off. Get a little bit of poke in. Slow push this until Thresh gets back, and so he's forced to go back that way. Now another wave's here, so we should be hard pushing this one to crash. Hopefully. I'm not doing that, which I definitely should be. So I need to have purpose with the wave as well, I think. Oh yeah, we're sort of doing it. It's a bit lackluster there, and they do get to freeze it. No, they don't get to freeze it. It does go into tower, so that's okay. We're not going to worry too much about that one. It's mostly the bases so far that I'm having issue with. Where are we going now? I don't think we need to be going anywhere here. I don't think we're going to catch this Hecarim. That seems like a pretty bad call, and we're going to miss... Oh, they're not actually pushing in bot wave, so maybe this is fine. We're moving across with the aim of killing Hecarim. Maybe we do. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now with the aim of going Drake, I have walked into them. Okay, that's just, yeah, a bit of unawareness there after the play, rather than just thinking about what we could get. We need to think about where they are as well. I don't know whether that's... This probably kills me, right? Yeah. Or... Yeah. Okay, that was pretty dumb positioning. Kha'Zix does get Dragon, though. Let's actually take one more look at this. So I think the initial pick onto Hecarim is fine. Oh, that's a long time ago. So the initial pick onto Hecarim is good, and then I'm, like, so tunneled on what we're actually doing next. I'm like, let's go. Even though I've seen Jhin just hit me in the face with a W. And I guess I don't know why Kassadin's going. My mind is just go towards Drake, I guess. Now I'm just walking into ridiculous places whilst Kha'Zix is doing the Drake. So actually we do need to be around, but I don't need to go in here at all. I can just chill and buy time for the Kha'Zix. So we needed to just be looking at the minimap and knowing that Kha'Zix wasn't coming. So checking minimap during fights is yeah, quite important. Let's skip to when we next actually are up. Did we get something there? I've got a blue buff on me. Oh, here we go. Here's another fight. Let's see how this one got set up. So we're just sitting around a bot lane, hopefully shoving the wave in because it's going to push away from us anyway. Nice. Okay, we're actually a little bit scared of other people there. Thresh is coming in from the side, so that's fine. Hecarim's on top side. We're just going to move towards the mid, because it looks like Hecarim's looking towards mid. He's doing scuttle at the moment. Yeah, now he's being for assistance. We should just move straight over there, actually. We should have committed to the initial... Oh, interesting. On the hook. Okay, that's a pretty decent fight. Jhin doesn't really get there in time. Nice. Pretty happy with this. Let's see if we can find some sections where we're doing badly. Ah. What's happened here? So everyone's actually pinging assistance in the jungle here. Don't know whether someone's there. Am I about to face check someone? I am. Interesting. And Jax is teleporting in. Oh. Okay, we get the Hecarim. And then we try to escape. Looks like we're pretty doomed though. I guess I should have respected the teleport more, but I wanted to help finish the Hecarim, but maybe Kassadin could have finished him a bit earlier. And Kassadin dies anyway. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's go back. So we're all looking into here with 2 dead, which is not our wisest move. So yeah, I think checking death timers could be something, and still it's just checking the minimap again when we're going for fights. I shouldn't have been going in there at all. We should just concede that. We only see Jhin on the top side, so it's 4v3. So that's pretty bad. So wait, let's make a little list. Let's make a little list. Let's let the video keep playing in the background. Grab a little notepad. Let's make a little list of things we've done wrong so far. So, knowing what to buy before basing. Does anyone remember what the other one was? What was the previous one? When basing, do it with purpose. So we base straight away when we want to base, so we're not missing anything. Let's put a little, don't miss more than you need to. Let's move that down. Bonk, debonk. Perfect. And that last one is look mini map numbers before fighting. Okay. Let's push that off the screen for the moment. We'll come back to it. So, what's happening in this game now? We don't really want to be contesting him. Volibear's dead again. And it looks like we're just going to group mid at this point. It's fine with casting split pushing. We have to be a little bit careful, but we have to also pressure enough to get vision of where they are, so that Kassadin can split push. He's basing now, so we should be thinking about backing off as well, because if they 5-man mid here, this is pretty bad. It's just checking map numbers, but we know they're on Herald. Okay, Kassadin doesn't have teleport, so that's good that we back off of that. I think our team is struggling to actually get to objectives on time and have the awareness to do anything about what their team wants to do. We're just playing very reactively. Like, we see them at Herald and we want to go fight them. Not always bad, but this could be decent. Nice, good on him. Nice little ulti over the wall to escape. Now we have to be careful of Jax. That's pretty good. Shame that Lulu got the shutdown, but that's okay. So that's 3 for 2. Volibear didn't even die with us. I haven't seen Volibear this whole game, actually. I don't know what he was doing. A mid tower, we still got 5 seconds till Jhin. Oh, is he going to go for that? He's not, is he? No. I think we just leave here. Pretty sure leaving is good, yeah. Because we want to reset for the next dragon as well. I'm pretty sure that's up relatively soon. Let's skip a little bit more. Oh, we're now FFing apparently. What's happened here? Oh no, they've both just died. Was there anything we could have done about it? What point was it? Was it just when they... Okay. So he's just running away over there. Yeah, okay. That's just them piling onto something that was never playable, I don't think. I'm not sure about Caston's build either. We'll see. This thresh is a little bit scary. Yeah, I like running back there. We have to let these towers go, I think. Is Volibear still fighting in the bot lane? He is not doing so hot against that Jax. It's a bit of a shame. It's quite a large pressure point. But, you see, even in a game where we barely died, and it feels like we're doing a decent amount of work, there are definitely things that we can improve on. Normally I find it's the easiest to improve off of a game that you feel like you played well but you lost. Just to find out what more you could have done to try and win it. I think this one is pretty over at this point. They're quite far ahead. We've only got one tower. I don't know whether there's any point watching the rest. We can have a little look to the Baron play. Looks like we just went back to clear waves. Do we keep this alive at all? Oh, okay. Here's a little fight. Okay, so that's when we're going back to clear. And then we see they've started Baron. Or maybe it was just Zed. Throw a little W to try and catch him. Ooh, we do. That's pretty nice. Now I've got no ulti for the fight though, so I have to play this one relatively safe. This looks okay so far. Oof, okay, Jax could have jumped on me there. That's pretty bad. I need to be aware of Hecarim's ulti. I should have just waited that out. I think I probably die here, don't I? Yeah. Okay. So let's take one more look at that little fight. Because Zed was already dead, so that should have been a favourable fight for us. I think it goes wrong from... Okay, so the poke onto Zed is pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with, yeah, knowing kind of what he would do and getting that kill. And then what happens here? Caston goes into the pit. I can't reach him obviously because of the... yeah, Jax should have just jumped onto me there rather than Lulu. And we should actually win this bit of the fight, I think. We still have Lulu. I'm thinking we going back in, but everyone else is leaving, which is what gets me killed. I think looking back at that, I'm pretty happy that if we'd gone back in there, it would have been a decent fight. So it's hard to tell in the moment what your teammates are thinking as well. So if the Caston had turned there and Kha'Zix had jumped back in, I think that would have been winning. So I'm not gonna press on that too much. And I assume this is just where the game's over. We'll let it play out as we go back through our previous statements. So, oh, actually, wow, they're somehow not winning it. But I don't know whether I want to watch more. Okay, no, yeah. So we need to. It's mostly about our base timings. We lost a lot of minions from base timings, which we can definitely try to improve. Skip ahead. Look, how is this game still going? What are we actually looking for here either? Like, there's no Baron up. Oh my days. This is terrible. I think I'm just following him. But we don't have Volibear. I guess they don't have Jax either. That's a pretty nice trade. Let's see. We shouldn't be here anymore because Caston's based. Oh, he's coming back. He's nearly here. A little bit of damage from shurikens. I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I don't imagine this fight going well. Jax is split pushing. Someone needs to go deal with him. Volibear's up actually, but he's walking down mid lane. I think maybe this game was on him. I literally haven't seen him. But anyway, we've still got things we can improve on. Nice of Lulu to protect me. Comes the dragon. It's nice to hit Zed first. I shouldn't have used my ult there. I should have respected that Lulu was able to save me. And then I fail flushed. Okay. I don't think I'm really bothered about that at this point though. And here they go, ending. So our team fighting was a little bit messy, but I think it was just because we were so far behind. I didn't need to layer my ult with Lulu's, but so I should have relied on her to hit the knock up and then use my ult afterwards to dodge shurikens or something. So yeah, it's basically from what this is. I mean, you'll find things that are completely different to my things, like moments when you die for bad reasons or yeah, go into something that you thought was winning. And yeah, it's just knowing how to spot those. So as you go through your game, try and find out moments where you could have improved. Deaths are always the easiest thing to improve on. So you just even in the replay, like rather than a recording, you just go to each point where there was a death and like try and work out whether you could have avoided it or could have got more from it. That's normally where I go to, but that one was one without many deaths. So I was quite happy with the game itself, but there was obviously things we could have improved on. And if we'd been stronger from not missing like 3 waves from basing at bad times, or not even basing at bad times, but basing and not knowing what we were going to buy as well, not having the money for the item, yeah, would have been significantly better. And maybe we could have done enough damage to start killing the Hecarim faster and getting him off my face. And then it's just checking numbers, minimap numbers before fighting. So I think there's some things that I can improve on there. And hopefully this has helped you a little bit, watching how I kind of work out a few things to improve on from a game where I feel like it's relatively good, but obviously there's still things I could have improved on. And maybe it would have helped us win that game. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I'll see you around.